Welcome, KSLU students, to this absolutely crucial exam preparation explainer. I'm your professor for today, and listen, we're going to systematically dismantle a guaranteed 16-mark question on the Indian Partnership Act of 1932. So pay close attention, sit up straight, and keep your bare axe and notebooks ready. We're focusing strictly on the rights and duties of partners, and exactly how you must present this in your answer script to score maximum marks.
Okay, let's look at the blueprint of your exam answer. 1. Introduction to Partnership Act. 2. General duties of partners. 3. Rights of partners. 4. Specific duties of partners. And 5. Conclusion on mutual trust. To secure full marks, your answer script must strictly follow these exact headings. It shows the evaluator you have total, logical command over the subject.
Question 14. Explain the rights and duties of partners to one another. I want you to literally write this exact question directly at the top of your paper, right now. This is the exact phrasing you're going to see on your question paper, and understanding the broad scope here is the very first step to conquering it.
Right. Heading number 1. Introduction to Partnership Act.
A strong, legally precise introduction sets the professional tone for the evaluator, right? It shows you know exactly where this concept resides within the statutory framework. Let's look at this core principle. Uberrima fide. Mutual trust, confidence, and utmost good faith governing the relationship between partners under the Indian Partnership Act, 1932, Sections 9 through 17. Now, strictly note, my dear students, you must explicitly write and underline this Latin maxim, uberrima fide, in your exam script. It instantly captures the evaluator's attention and proves you understand the foundational jurisprudence before you even begin listing sections.
Moving on to Heading 2, General Duties of Partners. Notice that we always begin with duties before rights. Why? Because the foundation of good faith must be established first. You can't legally claim rights in a partnership without first discharging your fundamental obligations. Point 1, Duty of Good Faith, Section 9. Act honestly and faithfully, disclose all material facts. Point 2, Duty to carry on business for common advantage. Work for the firm's benefit, not personal gain. Point 3, Duty to render true accounts. Maintain transparency in dealings. Let's dissect this practically. Common advantage means you don't run a side hustle at the expense of the firm. You act as an agent for all. True accounts? That means absolute transparency. No hidden ledgers, no fabricated expenses. Evaluators look for these exact words.
Point 4. Duty to indemnify for loss under Section 10. A partner must compensate the firm for loss caused by fraud or willful neglect. This is a crucial section. Section 10 imposes strict liability. If you, as a partner, cause a financial loss to the firm through deceitful fraud or intentional, willful neglect of your duties, you're personally liable. You have to make the firm whole out of your own pocket.
Landmark case law, Bentley v. Craven. Now listen carefully. Draw a separate box around this exact case name in your answer script. Highlighting landmark cases in a boxed format is a guaranteed strategy to secure those 16 marks and stand out to the examiner.
Let's break this case down systematically. Facts and issue. A partner making secret profits. Ratio decidendi. A partner must not make secret profits and must act in good faith. Exam relevance. Perfectly illustrates the absolute requirement of Section 9. In Bentley v. Craven, the brief background is that a partner was tasked with buying sugar for the firm, but instead of sourcing it externally, he secretly sold his own personal sugar inventory to the firm at a huge markup, pocketing a hidden profit. The court's final verdict was absolute. A partner must account for that profit to the firm. This case is the ultimate proof that secret profits absolutely destroy the mutual trust required under Section 9.
Heading 3, Rights of Partners. Remember, my students, under the Indian Partnership Act, rights are only afforded to those who diligently fulfill their duties. Let's examine them. 1. Right to take part in business, Section 12A. 2. Right to be consulted, Section 12C. Majority rules but fundamental changes need unanimous consent. 3. Right to access books, Section 12D. Inspect and copy. 4. Right to share profits, Section 13B. Equal unless agreed otherwise. 5. Right to interest on capital, Section 13C. Only if agreed. Now, note the vast difference between Section 12A, management rights, which is the day-to-day running of the firm, and the critical Section 13B, equal profit-sharing presumption. Unless your partnership deed explicitly states different ratios, the law presumes every single partner shares profits equally, regardless of their capital contribution.
Continuing with rights. 6. Right to interest on advances. Section 13D.
6% per annum for extra loans. 7. Right to indemnity, Section 13E, for ordinary business or emergency expenses. 8. Right to prevent introduction of new partner, requires consent of all. 9. Right to retire, according to agreement or law. Pay exceptional attention to Section 13D. The 6% interest rate rule on advances is a frequent trap in KSLU exams. If a partner gives a loan to the firm over and above their capital contribution, they are legally entitled to exactly 6% interest per annum, even if the firm makes a loss. Do not forget that number.
Heading 4. Specific duties of partners.
These specific operational duties perfectly balance the rights we just discussed. A complete, high-scoring exam answer has to address these. Point 1. Duty to share losses, Section 13B. Shared equally unless agreed otherwise. Point 2. Duty to account for personal profits, Section 16A. Must hand over profits earned from the firm's business or using the firm's property. There's a rigorous legal connection here. Just as you share the profits equally, you have a mandatory duty to share losses equally. Furthermore, Section 16A dictates you cannot use the firm's property, name, or business connections to line your own pockets. If you do, those personal profits legally belong to the firm.
Landmark case law, Eos vs. Benham. This brilliantly illustrates our next mandatory case law. Underline Eos vs. Benham immediately in your notes and make sure you box it on your final paper. Never submit a partnership law paper without this case.
Let's deeply analyze this one. Facts and issue: misusing the firm's opportunities or competing. Ratio to CDND: a partner was not compete or misuse the firm's opportunities. Exam relevance: directly anchors the application of Section 16A and 16B. In the ASV Benham case, a partner in a shipbrokering firm used information acquired in the course of the partnership to start a distinct parallel shipbuilding company. The court ruled that shipbuilding was entirely different from shipbrokering and thus not directly competing. However, the legal principle established was rock solid. A partner is strictly forbidden from using the firm's assets, name, or direct opportunities to build a rival personal venture. Writing this detailed explanation proves to the KSLU evaluator that you understand how the statute applies to complex reality.
Let's complete the specific duties. 3. Duty not to compete, Section 16B. Cannot run a competing business, must share profits if done. 4. Duty to attend diligently. Active participation required. 5. Duty to use firm property properly. Cannot use for personal benefit. 6. Duty to act within authority. Must not exceed powers. The crucial point here is that acting within your authority protects the entire firm from unauthorized external liabilities. If you exceed your actual or implied authority, you unlawfully expose all your partners to third-party lawsuits, which is a direct violation of your fiduciary duty.
And finally, Heading 5, Conclusion on Mutual Trust.
A KSLU exam answer is never ever complete with a definitive, synthesizing conclusion. You must close your legal argument with authority. Quote, "The rights and duties of partners are based on mutual trust and equality. While partners enjoy rights like participation and profit sharing, they must act with honesty, diligence, and loyalty to ensure smooth functioning of the firm." Read this carefully. You will conclude with this exact sentiment. Concluding your paper with this precise emphasis on honesty, diligence, and loyalty perfectly ties the entire answer back to our opening concept of uberrima fide. Master this rigid structure, execute it flawlessly with the case laws boxed, and you're going to absolutely dominate this exam question. But before I leave you, consider this. If the entire foundation of partnership law rests on utmost good faith, how does a modern court enforce honesty in an age of complex, digital, multinational business ventures? Think about where the law might have to evolve next. Until our next explainer, keep your bare axe close.